When it comes to ARK, caves are essential for building, so we proudly present Top 3 Caves with full base designs on ARK, Part 2. Do you suffer from no-life 30-year-olds who raid you constantly? Well, here on OC, we can't guarantee this won't happen, but we can guarantee a fun official type server for everyone around the world. With custom individual harvesting rates, we guarantee you will love to waste countless hours of your life on our server. OC offers 24/7 admin support to ensure your stupid mistakes get taken care of. Come and join our international servers today and use code NOLIFE for 50% off anything in the store. Located on Aberration, this astonishing cave known as Shadow Cave is a tricky cave to build. So here's how you do it. Upon entering up from the water, let's start by building a turret wall on the front entrance. This 68 turret death wall will obliterate anyone seeking to raid this cave. To get into the death wall, simply come over here and go through these doors. Now back here you can customize this however you want. As you make your way down this hallway-like cave, we decided to not add any key features as it's not a major area. However, you can do so if needed. We just wanted to make sure that everything was straight to the point and this video wasn't 50 minutes long. Once greeted by the crouch entrance, you'll notice 2 heavy turrets which will notify any enemies that you have turrets there. While fighting off these 2 turrets, they will be greeted with a massive 64 turret secondary death wall. This secondary death wall won't only destroy any players looking to take over this cave, but will also piss them off to the point where they block you in, never letting you leave your cave. Upon entering the main area, you will notice a massive crafting station with all of your necessities. This station is meant for smaller tribes, but also gets the job done. Heading down, you will easily see that you can easily fit an Anki through here to maybe fill up some of the indie forges or really whatever you need. And then coming over here, we have our egg incubators. If you use the S+ ones, you can place unlimited ones. And then coming over here, we have another hatchery. And then upon coming over here, we have some refrigerators, some cookers, some grills for cooking all the meat. And then down here is our main vault area and our daddy storage area. Now coming over here, we have preserving bins, more refrigerators, a nice little cryo fridge area, a teleporter for in case you get stuck in the cave, and then up here is your main dino storage area that you can store a good amount of dinos on. But let's move on to number 2. Located on Valguero, this cave known as Spider Cave is absolutely enormous. Imagine a maze with spiders. That's basically what this cave is. Now I highly recommend the exact way that I go. It does get a little bit confusing, but just know this cave has multiple, actually I think 3 or 4 little areas where you can get lost in, so be careful. But anyways, you're entered with our first little tiny death wall. This is for mainly smaller tribes, or if you want to just build a bigger death wall in the front, it's really up to you. That's just a little small death wall, to help keep them out. Just saying, that's not even the main wall yet. So coming through here, you'll see this little triangle looking thing with a pillar going through it. It's kind of odd. But then you're greeted with our insanely massive death wall that will basically keep players back for hours. Now, this thing's pretty terrifying, but there are a lot of weak spots, so I recommend vault dropping the entire wall. We're just a little bit lazy and vault dropping really sucks. Now coming through here, you'll see a lot of spiders and you'll see why we call it Spider Cave and we also call it a maze. It is a mess to get through this whole thing, so I recommend bringing some kind of dino with you, maybe even a Thylo or a Therzino. But then we go through our second crouch hole, and this crouch hole isn't the worst. There's only a few spiders, and I don't know what happens here with our video, but it just keeps doing spins, so don't mind that. It just wanted to have a little bit of fun. So coming through here, follow this exact way, and then there's a little path that goes through here. Lots of spiders and snakes again, so have fun with that. And then over here, this is our main dino storage area, and I highly recommend having lots of turrets on wild dinos, because you will get a lot of wild dinos that will spawn in here. And we have our first transmitter, and we also decided to put our tech teleporter right here as well. And here is our third entrance coming into the main area. Now this area is huge, but be careful. You have to be wearing a gas mask in here at all times, or else you will die like the cave on the island. But here, you're greeted with our main area, which I love this a lot. Many people on different servers do this. And you put your cryo refrigerators on the floors, your daddy boxes, you have a transmitter up a little bit higher, and it's surrounded by vaults. Coming over here, we have our main crafting station. Again, this isn't meant for like huge tribes, just meant for maybe 6 to a 10-man tribe. Now this is where you're going to get all your work done. You could build it bigger if you really need to, but I decided to keep it about that big. Now coming over here, don't mind this mess, there's lots of spiders here. But this is our main hatchery and incubating area where you're going to be raising all of your dinos. But that's going to wrap it up. Let's move on to number 1. Located on Genesis 1, this cave known as Big Lunar is one of the easiest yet toughest caves to build in. Upon entering on the entrance, you're greeted with a 2x2 turret tower, which is honestly just kind of terrifying. This will keep a lot of the main players out, but you want to be careful and make sure that nobody can run past this, so I recommend doing some kind of wall system just to make sure people on a team don't just zoom right past it. That would suck. But anyways, coming through here, we just decided to leave it pretty empty. Pretty basic, you can basically put whatever you want based on your turret limit, but our turret limit's 100 and we want to make sure that, it's not a huge mess and there's turrets all over the place. So we kept it pretty simple. Now coming through here, you can see the massive turret wall in the distance, which is lit up by tech lights. If you guys want to go check out our old video, we actually talk all about that kind of stuff. But anyways, we have 5 layers of bear traps, a nice little area to keep the dinos away from your main wall that also has turrets on it, so that's like a second turret wall on a turret wall. Now coming back to the second turret wall, you're greeted with a 72 turret wall, which is honestly pretty insane. This could be 100 turrets, of course, you can keep building up. But I decided to keep it a little bit lower just in case you want to build something else in the front. It's really up to you. So coming over here, I decided to keep this whole area empty. You can use it as dino storage or, even build another thing for personal rooms, really whatever you want. So coming over here is the fun part. This is my new design thing that I just made. It took me like 3 hours to make and I love it a lot. It is a 20x12. And yes, 20x12 seems massive. You're like, oh, well, where am I going to put this? Well, you put it in Big Lunar. This was actually designed for Big Lunar, but it can be built on any other things that you want. But you have your grinder, smithies, chem benches, indie forges, refrigerators, preserving bins, and then in the middle is a nice vault area. We'll get to that here in a second. Then over on the other side is fabricators. So you actually have it's a 2-sided crafting station for big tribes. So if you need to split people in half, tell them to go to the other side. Now coming in here, this is going to be your main area. It has all your cryo refrigerators, your vaults, your daddy storages, even has 2 heavies to keep any players out. And coming over here, it's literally just a duplicate. And then on top, you have your replicators, vaults, grill, cookers, everything that you will need. Now this thing is also covered in turrets, and it is massive. This thing will easily keep players away. Oh, and we have a teleporter right there. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.